the presentation under the topic Hospital Management System. I believe that everyone are familiar with hospital. It is basically an institution providing a surgical treatment and nursing care for sick or injured people. And in this project, we aim to improve the hospital management system. So in order to be successful in the project, we need 6 processes including inception, elicitation, elaboration, negotiation, specification, and validation. So about inception, generally the input of inception can be in multiple forms, such as problem, ideas, data, and information. For this project in inception process, we need to study the hospital background in order to get plan and strategies. The picture shows you step by step how we get the solution or strategy. So move on to this table. These are the outputs of inception process. From the previous diagram, we can get risk, estimated cost and time, teams, and solution plan. Background of private medium hospital. The project hospital management system is aimed to develop and maintain the day-to-day state of admission and discharge of patient, list of doctor, reports generation, and more. The objective of the hospital can be exemplified as ensuring effective and safe services for patients, improving health outcomes, performance, and accountability, to promote awareness of healthcare among all sections of people, to provide opportunities for training and research in all aspects of hospital services. The activities in hospital. There are several different roles, such as front office. They are responsible to receive patients, make or check schedule, patient care management, and departmental modules. These include doctor, nurse, physician. They are responsible to cure, operation or treatment, and so on. And more like medical store, human resource management team. This is the process of regular hospital system when patient make an appointment with the doctor. Stakeholders of hospital. Uh, Stakeholders of hospital. It means all people who involved in hospital management system. First, funders like banks, company owners, donors, and investors. Users like people, patients, and clients. Care provider like doctor, nurse, physicians, emergency department. Researchers like students and professors from universities. Technology providers like web developers, internet providers, medical technicians. Management team like patient management, inventory management, director, and more. Authors employees like human resources, financial, accountants, receptionists, security, and staff. Maintenance team like engineers and technicians. And lastly, community health center, plus lawyers. As I mentioned so far, it is just a small part of stakeholders of the hospital management system. And to make it simple, we can see in the picture, we can classify into top level like dean of the hospital and middle level like normal specialist, nurse, and lower level like physician assistant and medical students. So let's talk about problem introduction in requirement engineering. It is very important to define our problems so the developers can have an idea to improve the system. So there are a few problems that we can list down, such as lack of immediate retrieval, lack of immediate information storage, lack of prompt updating, errors, preparation of accurate and prompt reports. From the research, we found that there are less hospital systems that provide the applications, and if there is an accident in an area that out of sight, it is very hard to notice and help them in time. So after we do all researches, we knew background of hospital, stakeholders, activities and problems. So we are ready to move forward to next process. Elicitation. It is the process of collecting all requirements of any product or system from different stakeholders. First requirement is business requirement. Business requirement is the process to gather the data by whatever method, such as interview and observation, in order to make a good plan and goal strategies of the project. So in our project, we have planned to provide the application, make an advanced queue. In our application, we will provide a platform that convenience the user in queuing. Also provide the online appointment between doctor and patient in case it's not serious case. Second, bracelet. We automatically send the emergency help or whatever. Third, watch. When there is an accident in the deep forest or mountain, we can notice wire. Watch sensor. Lastly, transportation system. We want to improve the transportation system of the hospital to make it faster and more efficient. And user requirements. It is the process to get to know who will be involved in the project and their activities. The people who will be in this project include IT people who will take care of this application, engineer to take care about all calculation, director to take care of the decision. App developers are responsible to make an application and maintain the system. Users are people who interact the system or application and give feedback. The funders uh, can be banks and owners. System requirement. System requirement has two sub-processes, functional and non-functional requirement. Functional requirement shows what is the system supposed to do and what are the features that the system could do. Non-functional requirement is show how can the system work and what is the standard of performance. Domain requirement. It is the key factor to make the project better or perfect. Elaboration is the next process. The purpose of the requirement is basically to baseline the architecture of the system according to the goal in previous process, application of hospital management system. This application allows the user to make an advanced queue, buying drugs, make an appointment online, and check drugs label, as well as online payment. This picture will show you the overview of the application and relationship between hospital management system and outside sources, including bank and drug company. This table shows how users interact with the application and what are their functions. The picture demonstrates the process how the application works in the overview. User log into the application, and if user doesn't have any account, they have to register and then they can select which function they want to use. The first function is queue. After the user select function queue, they can select the department they want to contact and select time and date, then confirm with the system. Finally, system will automatically put the users into the queue so that the user doesn't have to come to the hospital and wait for a long time. Second, online appointment. Online appointment is the function that allows the users to make an appointment with the doctor online without going to the hospital. However, if there is a serious illness that found in online require the patient to come to the hospital, the users are allowed to select date and time to come to the hospital to make a face-to-face appointment and further treatment. Online payment. According to the diagram, to explain this, the user insert payment ID that provided by hospital, and then the system will check that the ID is valid. Then it show the total fee and bring the user to the payment method. Finally, after the users complete the payment, the system will send them a receipt. Drug service. It is basically allows the user to buy or search about the drugs. According to the figure, it is the process of drug service. User can buy drug and make a payment and choose how they want to receive the drugs. There are two ways that they can do. One is pick up from the hospital and two is delivery to the user's address. Bracelet. It is a product that measures heart rate and temperature if the degree is entering the dangerous zone. It will automatically send the signal to hospital and contact users. And if there is no response, the hospital will send an emergency help. As you can see in the process of the picture beside. Watch. When there is an accident in the deep forest and mountain, the hospital can notice via watch sensor. The sensor can detect the vibration when it detects hard faults or an accident. And once there is an accident, the hospital can immediately know where the accident is by GPS installed in the watch. And they can send help just in time, and you can see the process of watch here in the picture. Negotiation. After we got all requirements, the system architecture from previous process. In this process, we will identify and remove all conflicts in the project. In order to do that, we need to know source of conflicts. There are 8 sources of conflicts found in this project, including lack of acknowledgement and experiment, emotions, attitude, and personality, scarce resources, incompatible goals and time horizons, communications, conflict in process, and documentation. After identifying the conflicts, we also found that the application could be better if we add navigation and account into the project in hospital management system. The picture shows the overview process after adding new function by green color. This flowchart demonstrates process of application after adding new function. The picture shows the process of navigation function in gray section. Navigation system will help the user or patient to reach their destination without losing the way with the help of GPS. Another function is user account as shown in gray section. The users can see their medical history here, and the doctor can make a note for the patient so that they can take a look when they forgot what the doctor told them. Plus, in user account, Users can see their medical documents such as X-ray, result, and medication certification. In this function, the doctor and nurses are allowed to interact as well to add, insert, delete, or update some information of the patient as shown in picture below. Secondly, we found that if we combine watch and bracelet together, it will be much more efficient. We can see in picture 1.19 that after we combine those two products, we can get more functional. This product will be linked with the application. The users have to register before using the product. Requirement specification. It is the method to write down all requirements into a record. The requirement ought to be clear, easy to understand, and complete. This is the final business requirement that we get in inception process. In the table contain objective, feasibilities, problem, and solution. And this is final user requirement and system requirement. Validation verification. It is the process of checking that a software system meets the goals and specification. To get verification document, we have to check precision and accuracy as shown in figure 1.20. Precision is how close that the goal meets the output of the system. For example, we set goal that we have to achieve 1,000 baht this year, but unfortunately we could make only 200 baht. So that means you got very low precision. Another measure is accuracy. Accuracy is mean that the data which is available to use and reliable. And in this project, we can verify and validate the business requirement by the process shown in figure 1.2. Then figure 1.22 and 1.23 are the process to show that the goal of application and watch is validated and verified. To summarize this, two of our goals in the project are validated and verified, according from all researchers and analyzed into the details. From all requirements and important data, we can know that the project has high chance to be successful, and we can confidently move the project forward and another process or make the project into the practice.